Good morning, guys. It's Matthew Pollock from Healthy Body Solutions again, just giving you another healthy tip that you can take home to your family and use on a day-to-day basis. Many of you may or may not know that at Healthy Body Solutions, we get a lot of patients coming in with weakened immune systems. So if they get a cough, a cold, a flu, a virus, any other types of infections, we have the ability to have a look at those and test a variety of different nutrients or herbals that we will very often use in order to remedy and bring a person's immune system back to full strength again. This is a really beautiful part of working with the human body, and it's also something that I consider to be very important in relation to achieving full and optimal health. Anyhow, the question that I was asked this week by a concerned mum about a little girl was basically, what do we do from a natural perspective in relation to the fever? What's too much of a fever? What's too high? When do we kind of intervene? Well, really, the body's perspective on a fever is basically when we get an infection, what happens in the body is the infective process will kickstart the immune system, and the immune system will either be triggered by virus or microbial particles that will create an infection site and an inflammatory load. Part of this inflammatory load will be to create these chemical substances called pyrogenes. Now, these will be transported in the blood and they hit part of the brain called the hypothalamus. And the hypothalamus is the regulator of body temperature. So this will signal the brain to raise the body temperature, and it's really doing that in an effort to kill off some of these pathogens systemically for the body. So ultimately, at the end of this, what we really want to do is have the body control and kill the infection by making the virus, making it hard to replicate, or in fact raising the temperature so much that the virus in fact dies itself. So most fevers we wouldn't intervene with. We would probably just leave the body to fight it out. My tendency with my kids is to I'll probably leave their fever into 40s. Maybe if we're closely monitoring them, I'll take them into 41. But to be perfectly honest, that really hasn't happened. There are suggestions in some places that even the febrile convulsions, really the body can kind of handle those and there's no damage that comes out of those as well. Me personally, I'd take a fever up to 40 to 41 and monitor the child closely, and still that would be what I would consider okay to allow that body to do its best to fight off the infections. Very often, once you break a big sweat out of a fever and then you wake up out of that, that's normally a really good sign that the fever's over and the infection's done. It's still wise, and I do consider it very important. That's why anytime we have a patient that comes in with any type of fever or infection, when we test that immune system and it shows up as a weakness for it, we will always counter it with something, because infections can go on in a cyclical nature. They can be chronic and can become long-term infections that really inhibit the way that the body functions. So we try to look after that as best as we can. All right, hopefully that helps out with the tip for the day, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.